Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Movie News. We got a little bit of news to cover this week. Not a lot happened, but I still got 8 topics that I want to talk about, share with you guys, have a conversation about because they are some major topics. The first one that we're going to get into is news about Daredevil Born Again. We've been getting a lot of news about this show because a lot of cast members have been coming back, like Foggy, Karen, and just a lot of cool people coming back to the, writing room and all that. We're going to get original Daredevil like the Netflix series, and we got some amazing news that Wilson Bethel will return as Bullseye in Daredevil Born Again. This is just very exciting for me because, in I don't know when I watched Daredevil for the first time. I think it was summer of 2020 or summer 2021. I watched this show for the first time, and just binging the whole thing in like a week was such a mesmerizing experience because I never, expected the show to be that good. And then once you got to season 3 and Bullseye came into the picture, you're like, holy crap, this is like a real villain for Daredevil. And like he was just getting more powerful as it kept going. And then you see the big tease at the end of season 3 where Bullseye is actually becoming Bullseye. I'm not very familiar with the Bullseye character, which is, someone that I have to look up more, more. But as seeing that tease at the end of season 3 and just going through the pain of not being able to see that come to fruition was kind of sad. But now we do get to see it come to fruition and get to see him come back, because Wilson was, goddamn, he was good, he was scary, he was terrifying in what he was doing, and just the fight scenes between them, Bullseye and Daredevil was amazing, and we're gonna see that even more in the next season. Hopefully it ends up working out. You got a lot of the same creators from the Netflix show. I think it will work out. We're just gonna have to wait and see on that. But him coming back, all the other people coming back, it just holds a lot of promise for that show. So I think it's going to end up really great. And we got news about Deadpool 3 has now wrapped filming, confirms Ryan Reynolds. This was, a week ago, but I didn't cover it until today. But it's finally wrapped filming, which is terrific. That means they can now start on, reshoots, a little bit of reshoots, in a couple months. They can start, editing, doing the score, VFX. So this is definitely going to be ready for its July release date. I heard they're already working on, a teaser trailer for the Super Bowl coming in a week. So that's very exciting. I'm trying not to get my hopes up for this teaser trailer, because a teaser trailer for Deadpool 3 at the Super Bowl could just be, nothing. Could be just 30 seconds of him just talking to the camera and not really any tease of action, because who knows how much CGI they have done for this movie. But I'm still getting kind of hyped for this movie because it's going to be so cool, and I feel like it's just going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully it's going to be great. I don't know. But then we got news about Matthew Vaughn will direct a musical written by Damien Chazelle. This feels weird because it feels like it should be the other way around, because Damien Chazelle is known for musicals. Whiplash isn't really a musical, but it deals with a lot of musical elements. La La Land, Babylon's kind of a musical, kind of, on the same lines as Whiplash. But I guess Matthew Vaughn's going to direct it. Matthew Vaughn, I'm kind of losing hope with him after seeing Argyle a couple nights ago. Argyle just was a total flop, and it was just terrible in my opinion. Hopefully he can, bounce back with a lower budget. Hopefully this lower budget, but with a better cast, better script. But I'm kind of losing a little bit of hope for him, but hopefully it's good. Damien Chazelle in the writing room, it sounds like an excellent idea, so I'm looking forward to it just a little bit. Knives Out 3 will be reportedly begin filming later this year. This is very exciting because I'm a big Knives Out fan. I loved the first Knives Out. The second Knives Out I loved on first watch. I brought it down a little bit on, multiple rewatches, because I feel like it just feels so much different. It feels like it feels like a Netflix film because it is made by Netflix, which is kind of disappointing. I think it sucks now that Netflix has the right to these, because I don't even know if they're going to put the third one in theaters. They did, the week experience with Knives Out 2. I don't think that worked. I think they should just do full out theater experience. That's why I'm worried about Hitman later this year. I feel like it's just going to be disappointing. But Knives Out 3 begins filming later this year, which means we're going to get a lot of casting announcements. Probably not right now, but probably sometime near the summertime or fall is when we're going to start getting a lot of casting announcements. We already know Daniel Craig's, of course, going to be in it, but I'm hoping that we get a lot of cool cast members. Some people, from The Bear would be cool. Iowa Debris. I love a lot of Miles Teller would be pretty cool for this one. Got to get some underground actors, got to get some rising up actors and all that. Daniel Kaluuya, I would love in a movie like this. I think like Daniel Kaluuya is hilarious. Some, there's a lot of cool people that you could cast in this. You leave down below some of the people that you hope to see in this, but I have my own little list of who I'd love to see in this movie, but begins filming later this year. We got casting news on who Supergirl is in the DCU, and that's Millie Alcock from House of the Dragon. This is who I was hoping was going to get the role, and she definitely did get the role. James Gunn said he liked her in, House of the Dragon. I thought she was amazing in House of the Dragon, so I'm very excited to see her in this role. Supposedly she's going to show up at the end of Superman. But I don't know. But hopefully we get to see, a screen test of both of them really soon. It is said that Chris Rock will direct an English language remake of Another Round, and Leonardo DiCaprio will produce this. This is kind of like, this is like like my mind's exploding at this information, because who asked for this? No one asked for this. I watched Another Round for the first time just last year. I thought it was an amazing film. If you haven't seen it, it's a great film. Mads Mikkelsen is terrific in this. The final scene will just, have you just floored, because that final scene is one of my favorites. But why do we need an English language remake of this? I don't think it's going to be any good. And Chris Rock directing it, are we sure that's a good idea? Leonardo DiCaprio producing, that sounds promising, but how much insight is he going to have on this movie? How much, is he really going to be in the room talking about the movie, or is it just, his name on this movie just to make it a little bit more money? But yeah, it's something that I didn't need. I don't need this, and something that no one needs. I feel like it's kind of like being rude to the original Another Round. It's weird to call it the original Another Round, but if you haven't seen Another Round, just watch the original Another Round. You don't need to watch the remake in English language version. Just doesn't make any sense. We don't need that. And Donnie Yen will star in another kung fu film, which is called Kung Fu, a film adaptation of the classic TV series. 87 North will produce, with David Leitch eyeing to direct this. I am so excited for this movie, and we don't even have, it hasn't even started filming yet. We don't even have a date when it starts filming, but I'm excited. Just give me ticket day one for this movie. Donnie Yen is a national superstar. He's so good at what he does. John Wick 4 just boosted him up, on my radar, boosted him up on other people's radar. 87 North is doing a great job, the stunt work, and, just with like Bullet Train and all that. I think that was the first time I ever saw that logo. David Leitch is, of course, a great action director. He's doing The Fall Guy, which looks great. He did Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, I think, and Bullet Train. Bullet Train is one that I loved seeing in theaters. I think I saw like 4 times in theaters. Such a fun experience, and I think that David Leitch knows how to make a great action movie, but he knows how to make it fun and kind of silly at times, but also serious at other times. So Donnie Yen just doing like kind of a fun action, movie is going to be really fun, just about kung fu and all that. I'm very excited for that. We got some amazing news. Jim Carrey is going to return as Robotnik in Sonic 3. We're a little bit on the edge with this information, because at the end of the Sonic 2 press tour, Jim Carrey said he might not return, said he's retiring from acting, but I guess they paid him enough money for him to return for this movie. So I am very excited for him to return for this, because his character is a huge character for this movie. And Robotnik is, kind of stranded on the island, and we're going to get Shadow coming in. I think that's who's coming in. And there's rumors that Hayden Christensen is going to play Shadow. I'm not really sure if that's correct, but Jim Carrey is a big part of the Sonic movie. Robotnik is such a huge part of the Sonic lore, so I'm very happy we're going to get him back. There's a little teaser of the title clip that I probably showed on screen already, but this is coming out. It's still coming out December of this year, December 20th, I think. So we're probably a long ways away from that official trailer, but I'm just very excited. We're going to get Jim Carrey back. Who knows how big of a role it's going to be, but I'm still very excited. And our last piece of news for the day is that Brad Pitt will star in Quentin Tarantino's final movie, The Movie Critic, which is releasing theaters 2025. And don't expect this one early 2025. I heard it's going to begin filming early 2025. You should probably expect this one late 2025 to compete at the Oscars in 2026. So this one's a long ways away, but we got some interesting casting news. Brad Pitt's going to star in this one. There's already some other people attached to it, which I did forget, but he's getting such a great lineup for this movie. I'm hoping Leo comes back for this. I'm not sure if he's going to, but Brad Pitt's going to come back. I love Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. A lot of people don't like that movie, but I really have a fun time with it. It's a comfort film for me. Such an easy watch. Quentin Tarantino making his final movie is going to be kind of sad, because he's just such a great director. But I get it. I think he's trying to focus on his podcast, trying to focus on other things, a different career. But I'm very excited for this movie. Brad Pitt's going to be great. The Movie Critic. Who doesn't love that title? Who doesn't love that concept? Very excited for this one. But that's it for the movie news today. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the news that I talked about today. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Helps out a lot. We're on the road to 600 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.